Fight for Life and train the CSRA. Contact the American Heart Association for details.
On your side, this is News 12 at 5:30.
As parents, want to have some transparency of what's going on, and we should, because those are our kids.
The Big Ten was the first Power 5 conference to postpone its fall sports season. Today, a group of parents gathering to voice their concerns with that decision.
And a local nonprofit organization is helping parents ahead of school starting in Aiken County. See what they're doing.
But first this afternoon, we are learning the marshal's office was at the home of Smitty Melton just 2 days before he allegedly shot and killed a Richmond County code enforcement officer. The reason, that junk car. Officer Charles Case had also reportedly been to the property several times looking for Melton about condemning the home.
And we're learning today Case was only there yesterday to put a sticker on the house. Sydney. Taking a look at coronavirus cases across the 2 states, South Carolina reporting under 1,000 new cases this afternoon and more than 50 deaths. The state just under 110,000 cases. In Georgia, nearly 3,000 new cases and more than 90 deaths. Right now, Georgia's total case number sits at almost 250,000.
To weather now, not too bad looking of a Friday afternoon. No rain out there. It's going to be drying out for just a minute, Riley.
Yeah, looking good for a lot of us the rest of this evening, Richard. And today was very cloudy and cooler than average. How about this? At both our airports in Augusta, climate reports just came in, and we stay in the mid-80s for high temperatures today. We did record some rain overnight early this morning, but once again this afternoon, there's not much out there for us. So if you have any evening plans, it is looking pretty dry for most of the area. Most of the storms and showers we're tracking are north of this frontal boundary, and that's where they should stay the rest of tonight. We are tracking some storms now crossing metro Atlanta. These lines you see on the radar here, this is the stream of where these storms are expected to go. So these are expected to just continue towards the north and west, which could clip some of our northern counties later this evening. Not ruling that out, but for us here around the metro and south of I-20, it's looking pretty dry for most of us. We did have one little downpour just pass through McCormick County. That's now heading towards Kirksey and just north of heading into Newberry County. So once again this evening, if you have any plans, looking good to go. If you're firing up the grill, we'll take a look at your weekend outlook in just a little bit.
Columbia County schools are out with their latest coronavirus cases. The district is now releasing their numbers for the week every Friday. The county reporting 23 students and 9 employees with a current positive COVID-19 status. That is less than 1% of total students and staff for Columbia County schools. For a breakdown of each school, you can head to our website.
The coronavirus pandemic is affecting many people financially, so shopping for back-to-school supplies may be difficult for some families, especially with Wednesday, and President Trump is set to give his acceptance speech from the White House on Thursday. A majority of the delegates will actually arrive tomorrow.
Lori Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Gianale, sentenced today for their role in a college admissions scandal. Loughlin will spend 2 months in prison and has to pay a $150,000 fine and then complete 100 hours of community service. Gianale is sentenced to 5 months in prison, a $250,000 fine, and 250 hours of community service. The couple pled guilty to paying a $500,000 in bribes to get their 2 daughters into the University of Southern California. They have until November 19th to surrender.
The Justice Department is seeking to reinstate the death penalty for convicted Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Sarneev. The department wants to appeal a ruling from last month which tossed the death sentence, ordering a trial to determine whether he should be executed. The 2013 attack killed 3 people and wounded more than 260 others. Attorney General William Barr says the Justice Department will take the matter to the U.S. Supreme Court. Sarneev will, at very least, spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Airbnb is banning house parties of all kinds at its listings worldwide. The company says only up to 16 people will be allowed in a rental property. Airbnb says it might pursue legal action against guests and hosts who violate the ban. They've always prohibited unauthorized parties. Nearly 75% of its listings explicitly ban parties. After a deadly shooting at a California rental last Halloween, the company is taking more steps to crack down on parties. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will march on this year in New York City. Macy's did not reveal exactly what the plan is, but they say they're going to release more details in the fall. New York's Mayor Bill de Blasio says the parade will not look like what we're used to seeing, but the important thing is the tradition will be kept in some way. By the way, that parade has been going on for more than 90 years.
Delaying mail deliveries for politics. That's what the top official of the U.S. Postal Service is accused of. Now Congress is looking into it. Coming up, what they've learned so far.
And we did get Tropical Storm Laura earlier this morning with National Hurricane Center updates. We'll let you know where this storm is heading. Coming up.
Those wildfires raging in central and northern California have killed at least 5 people. The flames, fueled by a heat wave and lightning strikes. Vacaville, a city of 100,000 people between Sacramento and San Francisco, is one of the hardest hit.
The fires have forced tens of thousands of evacuations, and just last week, California became the first state to surpass 600,000 coronavirus cases. Residents now trying to avoid contracting and spreading the virus while being forced to congregate in shelters where they are at higher risk.
Unbelievable situation out there, Riley. They could use some of the rain we've had here on the East Coast.
Definitely could, Richard. We've seen plenty of it, and they've been on the opposite end of that jet stream pattern with just a giant upper-level ridge that just keeps them sunny and dry day after day. So definitely thoughts going out to them. Luckily for us this evening, our planner looks drier than what it's been most evenings this week. And with all the cloud cover we've seen, this is a rare August afternoon for us, with many of us sitting in the mid to low 80s, even Saluda dipping into the upper 70s. So yes, a rare sight for August around these parts. We have seen a lot of cloud cover thanks to this big upper level trough. So these lines you're seeing kind of moving on radar here, this is showing our upper level wind pattern. And you can see how they're using this stationary front as a ramp to help lift up and create these showers and storms north of the front. And that's where most of the rain is out there for us currently, north of the CSRA. We still have the cloud cover with us, but overall not too much in the way of showers and storms. We are tracking a line of storms now crossing metro Atlanta. Those could clip some of our northern counties later this evening, places like Wilkes, Lincoln, McCormick. Y'all would have the highest chance of seeing rain again this evening, but for the rest of us, it's not looking like we should see much in the way of rainfall through midnight tonight. We do have one little downpour now exiting McCormick County, staying just north of Pleasant Lane there. And through this evening and tonight, there will be that opportunity for an isolated storm through those parts of the viewing area. Once again, mainly north of I-20, that's where the storm chances will be this evening up until around midnight. After that, we're expecting drier conditions for your Saturday. Not a washout by any means. It's just if you stay in one spot throughout the day tomorrow, if you see rain, it should only last 30 to 45 minutes. So just keep that radar app nearby, the Wrdw Weather Alert Team app. That'll let you know if any stronger storms are nearby tomorrow. The best time to do a little lawn work is definitely going to be in the morning when it's a little bit cloudy, cooler, and those storm chances are pretty much non-existent. So anytime Friday or Saturday afternoon to evening, that's when there is going to be the opportunity for some storms moving through. Looks to be just the same exact forecast on Sunday as well. So it won't be a complete washout. I would keep your lake plans and any outdoor activities you have. Just have that Wrdw Weather Alert Team app handy so you can just track any passing showers or storms moving through. We do have Tropical Storm Laura. It's expected to continue west over the next several days into early next week. And with that eventual path, it's going to be interacting with the mountains in Hispaniola, Cuba as well. This should prevent Laura from strengthening all too much. But as soon as this system does get in the Gulf of Mexico, that's when we're expecting it to strengthen. Now, this storm is expected to be well west of the CSRA. We're not expecting any major impacts from this system, but since we're going to be on the east side of it, we could see some heavy rain and potentially maybe even some severe weather depending on how close it gets to us. But overall, next week just looking like a normal summer pattern, highs near 90 and afternoon storms.
Riley, thanks. The U.S. Postmaster General took the hot seat today in a virtual Senate hearing.
An issue, it's personal.
We all love something for free, and that includes all those apps you can download on your smartphone, but yeah, we also know free isn't always free.
That's very true. Jamie Tucker takes a close look at those apps and why they might cost more in the long run.
Be honest, when you're looking through the app stores looking for a camera filter or a game, you're drawn to the ones that are free. We've learned we might have to deal with some pop-up ads. Besides, we probably won't use it for very long anyway. But forgetting about a free app you've downloaded could cost you more than a couple of bucks. Free apps on your phone can do a lot of things, namely getting your information, your name, your email address, your phone number, maybe your contacts, maybe even your home address. Plus, they can sometimes track you even when you're not using your phone. But stealing all of that information, probably not. I'll bet you've given them permission. I checked several popular and featured apps in iTunes. They all collect first and last name, email addresses, phone numbers, and contacts. Apps in the Google Play Store are even worse. Earlier this year, Google removed 24 apps with dangerous malware together that all been downloaded 382 million times. Here's the thing. We've all downloaded apps, used them a couple of times, and forgot about them. They're still on the phone, though, and even if they're not installing malware, they're still gathering data on us. So while you're home in the time of Corona, look through all those apps on your phone. Delete the ones you don't use regularly. Then go check Facebook. In Settings, look at the Apps and Website tab. These are all the things you've signed in with your Facebook login, so they have access to your Facebook account. Delete the ones you don't use or look suspicious. Now, one more thing free apps can do, since they're often running ads or tracking you, they can run your battery down a lot faster. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
There is the opportunity for another stray shower north of I-20 for the rest of this evening. The rest of us looking fairly dry. Take a look at that 7-day forecast coming up. Hey!
Watch 1226 on your side, wherever you go.
There's going to be the opportunity for another stray downpour to move through the northern CSRA through this evening up until around midnight. Overall, most of the area is looking dry, including us here in Augusta. I want to make a bold statement and say we should stay dry this evening. I think it should play out that way. Saturday morning, we're expecting to wake up to a good bit of clouds out there and maybe some patchy fog. As we continue to heat up throughout the day, we'll likely see highs stay generally in the 80s thanks to a good bit of clouds, kind of similar to what we had out there this afternoon. There is going to be the opportunity for a few storms Saturday. Definitely not a washout. I want you to keep your outdoor plans. Just have your Wrdw weather alert team app nearby. That will alert you if rain is nearby or incoming. And meteorologist Mikkel Hannah-Hardy and Anthony Carpino will be in the Weather Center just keeping you updated on storms tomorrow. Same thing Sunday. Not a complete washout. Some people will see rain, others won't. And it will just be hit and miss. So definitely not enough to cancel outdoor plans for the weekend. Next week, we are expecting temps generally to stay near 90 for us. It's not really going to be a huge fluctuation in our temperatures the next 7 days. Slightly higher rain chances next week, and that could be possibly impacted by Tropical Storm Laura.
That is going to do it for us for now. The News 12 at 6 o'clock starts in 3 minutes. We'll see you then.